So if that exercise number one didn't make sense, it's probably because there was a whole lot of words. Now, if you're looking at exercise number two, though, all those words are taken away. This actually might be beneficial to you because now we're just going to be dealing with the math part of it and not so much all of those words and sentences. So in part A, we're looking at y equals x squared plus 10x plus 8. And our first step is going to be to make this equation equal to 0 and move the c term to the other side of the equation. So our c term here is 8, so we're going to subtract 8 from both sides of the equation, and we'll be left with x squared plus 10x. Remember, let's leave that space right there, equals negative 8. Our next step is going to be to take the b term, which is 10, divide the b term by 2, and square it. So off to the side over here, I'm going to divide 10 by 2. I'm going to get 5, square 5, and I'll get 25. So I'm going to add 25 to not one, but both sides of my equation. So I'm going to add 25 here, and I'm going to add 25 here. Now I'm going to factor the left side of this equation. So this is going to factor to x and x to give me that x squared in the front. And then the numbers that multiply to 25 and add to 10 are going to be 5 and 5. And yes, these will always be the same numbers because what you have just created is a perfect square trinomial. So you'll never have to look for different numbers here. So we have positive 5 and positive 5. And we combine the right side over here, which is going to give us 17. Finally, let's rewrite this x plus 5 and x plus 5 as x plus 5 squared equals 17. And our last step is going to be to move that 17 back to the same side of the equal sign and replace the 0 with a y. So we'll have x plus 5 squared minus 17 equals 0, but instead of that 0, we're just going to make it equal to y. Based on this, we know our vertex just by looking at that. Quick little way you could do that is by flipping the sign inside and keeping the sign outside. So if we switch the sign inside, we get negative 5. And if we keep the sign outside, we get negative 17. So your vertex is going to be negative 5, negative 17.